Welcome to our channel Ma Chinna Badi. Please like, share and subscribe this channel. Please press on bell symbol to get notifications. Work of river. Due to work of river, we may found there are formed 7 types of landforms. Those are: first one, V-shaped valleys. First one, V-shaped valleys. And second one, gorges. And third one, canyons. And the fourth one, plung pool. And fifth one, plain. And sixth one, Menders. And oxbow lakes. And last one and seventh one, deltas. These are the forms of the work of river. First of all, we have to discuss about the V-shaped valley. The work of a river begins from its very source in the high mountains. The flow of a river is very swift. The flow of a river is very swift as it descends the steep slopes, and it exerts a great force in cutting the mountain vertically. How they cutting the mountains? In a vertical shape. In a vertical shape. What was the status of the river in a initial stage? It was very swift. It was very swift. As a result, a deep valley develops narrow at the bottom and wide at the top. This is usually called a V-shaped valley. Why? Because this is having a V shape. That's why this type of landform was called as the V-shaped valley. And second one is the gorges. Then what are the gorges? In some cases where the rocks are very hard, the river cuts a very narrow valley. What was that? Very narrow valley. The sides are so steep that gorges are formed. The Bison Gorge in AP, Andhra Pradesh, on the Godavari. And second example was the Indus Gorge in Kashmir. The shape of the gorge is having like a U letter, The first shape of the work of water is V-shaped valley in the shape of V, and the second one, gorge is having U letter shape. Now, third one, canyons. Then what are the canyons? Another important erosion from is canyon. A canyon is characterized by steep lakeside slopes. And maybe as deep as a gorge. A gorge is almost equal in width at its top as well as its bottom. In contrast, a canyon is wider at its top than at the bottom. Then what is the difference between gorge and canyon? Gorge having a U shape and canyon having open wider U shape. This is the main difference between gorge and canyon. What was the shape of the gorge? Gorge having U letter shape, but canyon having open wider U shape. This is the canyon. And the fourth one, plung pool. The waterfalls are most numerous in the mountain areas where changes of slope are more abrupt. The waterfalls with great force and dig out the rock beneath to form a plung pool. And another one is the plains. As the river enters the plain, the slope is gentle and the river also slow down. Now it does not have the force. To move or to carry heavy particles like sedimentations, sand, silt, and it deposits them on its bank, on its bed. Sometimes when the river is in flood, it has greater force and cuts the soil, and when it is not in flood, it deposits silt. A layer of sediment is thus deposited during each flood, gradually building up a fertile floodplain. This is now vast floodplains like the Ganga or Godavari or Krishna. The another form of the river work is Menders. Then what are the Menders? The Menders are nothing but a gentle turns. These are the a gentle turns of the river. When the flood water comes again, the river bed may have become too high as a result of the deposition. Then it changes its course. Then it changes its way, its channel, and cuts new path. It takes a new way. It takes a new path. This results in the river constantly changes its course or its way in a plain. In its floodplain, the river often forms Menders. These are the gentle turns like a snake. What was the shape of the Menders? Like a snake. Due to deposition along the sides of the Mender, the ends of Mender loop comes closer and closer. In due course of time, the Mender loops cuts off from the river and forms a cut-off lake, which is called Oxbow Lake. That is the Oxbow Lake. And the last one, that is the deltas. When a river reaches the sea, the fine material which has not yet dropped is deposited and its mouth forming a delta. The word delta is originated from the Greek alphabet delta. This is the end. If you having any doubts, please send to me and give your valuable suggestions. Please share, like and subscribe this channel. Thanks for the watching. Have a good day.